What's up, guys? Part-time gamer dad, and today I am giving you my predictions for Saturday night's main event, airing this Saturday night, December 14th, on NBC and Peacock. The last Saturday night's main event aired in 2008. Cody Rhodes is the only WWE superstar who was on that last Saturday night's main event, who is also on the new Saturday night's main event that is starting this Saturday, and we'll be carrying on. They've already announced the next Saturday night's main event next year in San Antonio. So excited to see that this event is going to become a recurring event. It's going to get a lot more of just the casual viewer eyes on the WWE product. So let's go through these initial kind of revitalization, the relaunch of Saturday night's main event matches, and see who I think are going to win these matchups. So kicking us off, we got one of the newer matches, if not the newest match announced for the show, and it is Sami Zayn taking on the returning Drew McIntyre. We haven't seen Drew McIntyre since his Hell in a Cell Classic against CM Punk, where he went for the Claymore and hit and destroyed his back on those steel steps. For this matchup, I think, the go-home math says Sami Zayn gets the win due to the fact that Drew McIntyre just took him out at the end of Monday Night Raw. But I really think that Drew McIntyre is coming back to just light up the entire roster and build to a great showing at the Royal Rumble. I don't think he'll win, but I think that he'll have a great showing there. He'll probably be in the Elimination Chamber match, whether that's a number one contenders match to face Gunther, whoever the world champion will be at WrestleMania, or he might be building towards his WrestleMania match, which would be huge, starting to kind of like plant some seeds with somebody after this match against Sami Zayn. So I have Drew McIntyre walking away with the win. I think it'll be one of three things. Either number one, it will be a pretty quick, cut and dry matchup, and Drew will just dominate and destroy Sami. Very likely. We could see the actual prediction I have not work out, and I don't think Sami would beat Drew McIntyre, although he's the one who dethroned Gunther from his IC title reign, so it's possible. But I could see Drew McIntyre getting DQ'd and being a little too aggressive in his match and not breaking before the 5 count is administered by the referee, whether he's like choking him out or beating him down in the corner, whatever it may be, or maybe use a steel chair to leave impact on Sami Zayn's face. The other thing I could see is a pretty balanced matchup, a pretty even matchup. Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has the edge throughout the whole thing. Sami Zayn has his, comeback. He fires up and he gets hit with the Claymore out of nowhere. I'm going to say one of either the first or the third option is most likely. We will see Drew McIntyre defeat Sami Zayn and then go on to start kind of planting the seeds, if not really identifying now what his feud for the next few months leading into WrestleMania is going to be. Next up, let's talk about that World Heavyweight Championship match where Gunther is defending in now a triple threat match. So Finn Balor was his original opponent, and now Damian Priest has been added to the World Heavyweight Championship match. I'm a little bummed. I was excited to see Gunther and Finn Balor go at it for the world title, but Damian Priest definitely adds a little bit of intrigue. It doesn't make it as predictable, where we could have said Finn Balor versus Gunther, very predictable ending. Damian Priest cost Finn Balor the World Championship. We all saw the writing on the wall. This adds a little less confidence in that. But thinking about Finn Balor and Damian Priest, they kind of cancel each other out in my mind. It goes back to the whole LA Knight defending the U.S. title against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes a couple of months ago. Andrade and Carmelo cancel each other out. LA Knight retains the championship. So I think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to see Gunther retain the championship. I could see Finn Balor win the title, by hook or crook, like Judgment Day get involved and help him win the world title. And honestly, I would love that. Big Finn Balor fan, and that would be awesome. But I don't see Damian Priest winning this here, although he is the one babyface going into the match. I do think Gunther will pin Finn Balor to protect Damian Priest having been defeated by him so many times. I think Damian Priest will hit South of Heaven or something to that effect, maybe the Razor's Edge, and then get dragged out of the ring by Judgment Day, giving Gunther the opportunity to hit a final powerbomb or something to that effect, a splash, a lariat, Emerald Flosion, whatever it is, and Gunther will retain the World Heavyweight Championship. I still think we're going to see Gunther lose that title before WrestleMania, but I just don't think it's going to happen at Saturday night's main event. Next up, let's talk about the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, and that's Liv Morgan defending against Io Sky. Io Sky, who's had a great last couple of years, holding that Women's World Championship, or the WWE Women's Championship since 2023 SummerSlam until WrestleMania 40, losing against Bayley in one of the best matches of all of WrestleMania 40. And then, of course, she's kind of had this turn. She's become a babyface, and Damage Control are babyfaces. So now there's Damage Control and Judgment Day that are part of this matchup, really, at the end of the day, with Raquel Rodriguez. Rhea Ripley is always somehow in the sphere of Liv Morgan. You also have this whole narrative of, like, because Rhea Ripley is waiting in the wings, I don't have a whole lot of confidence that Io Sky would be the one to take the title off of Liv Morgan. I think the story is Liv has got to lose to Rhea Ripley to really finish this feud properly. And because of that, I'm just going to say it's Liv. I think this is the one I feel most confident on. I can see, they had that whole tug of war between Rhea and Io at the end of Raw over the Women's World Championship. That could be the WrestleMania match. That'd be a fun WrestleMania match. I don't know why, but I just have this feeling in the pit of my stomach like Liv is going to hold on to it until WrestleMania. I really hope she doesn't. I hope Rhea wins it at Rumble or something to that effect. Maybe Io wins the Rumble, and then we see Rhea versus Io at WrestleMania. That'd be great. Or maybe they have a triple threat with Liv Morgan involved, because I think Io and Rhea both work really well as faces. But whatever's going to happen after Saturday night's main event, I think Liv Morgan walks out of this event still Women's World Champion, because we've seen that the men don't mind getting involved. Dominic might get involved and help Liv retain, but I don't think this reign is going to continue terribly much longer, because Rhea will be the one to dethrone her, and I think we're going to see that match either on Netflix on the first Raw, or we're going to see it at the Royal Rumble. Next up, let's talk about the tournament for the United States Women's Championship. This one's really interesting. So right now, the semifinals are Bayley versus Chelsea Green, and then Michin versus Tiffany Stratton. And I've been thinking, like, the more marketable match, if you will, is Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton is the women's, she's Miss Money in the Bank. Bayley is a former champion, had the WWE Women's Championship a few months ago back at SummerSlam. And thinking about this match of, like, what do you want to market and how do you get the most faces on the show? Because I really think Tiffany Stratton would have Nia Jax, potentially Candice LeRae in her quarter, and then Bayley obviously would have Naomi, maybe Bianca Belair. There could be a lot of interference in this match. I would prefer to see Chelsea Green versus Michin. It's kind of because I want to see Chelsea Green win. I want to see her win that title. Heck, I'd even be okay with Michin winning. I think what we're going to get is Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton, with Bayley being the inaugural Women's United States Champion. If they don't win their matches on SmackDown, obviously I would say if it's going to be Chelsea Green versus Michin, Chelsea Green. If it's Bayley versus Tiffany Stratton, it's going to be Bayley. So whoever wins from Chelsea Green and Bayley in their semifinal match on Friday, that is who walks out of Saturday night's main event with the inaugural WWE Women's United States Championship. All right, in the main event, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. I never know what they're calling it these days. Like I said at the beginning of this video, Cody Rhodes was the guy who was on the last show titled Saturday Night's Main Event back in 2008. And then he's on this one in the main event in 2024. He has been, for better or worse, really the face of WWE this year. Yes, Roman Reigns is back and he is a bigger star arguably, but over the course of this year, who's been kind of the consistent, who's been the mainstay over the entire year, it's Cody Rhodes. And I think Cody's going to retain, and I don't want him to retain. Not because I don't love Cody. I love Cody immensely. I think Kevin Owens is doing some of his best work ever and would love to see Kevin Owens win the WWE Championship. We have this talent exchange thing going on, and what I'd love to see happen is Kevin Owens wins the championship here, takes it to the first Raw on Netflix, and then we have an epic, like, tag team match down the road. You know what'd be really cool is Kevin Owens leading kind of a group of justified heel turns, because I do think Seth could very likely turn heel based upon some of his interactions with other, like, baby faces on Raw lately. So you would have Kevin Owens leading a group of himself, Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins against Cody Rhodes, looking for some kind of revenge, teaming up with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And you obviously have CM Punk and Roman Reigns kind of at odds. But then you have like the championship is kind of like the whole championship picture has been kind of put into a weird situation. The world heavyweight champion could stay with Gunther for a little bit longer, and you don't have to take it off him necessarily right away, even though CM Punk winning the world title at the first Raw on Netflix would be great. But I do think that Cody Rhodes is going to win. Just because, number one, this is the first Saturday Night's Main Event in 16 years. He is, like I said, really the face of WWE, so I see him retain. Number two, he's more marketable, mainstream-wise, than Kevin Owens is. Kevin Owens is a great foil, a great heel, a great villain to Cody Rhodes, like uber mega babyface. And the final part of it is you want to send people home happy at the end of the first Saturday Night's Main Event in over a decade and a half. And so I think the only way to do that is to have Cody Rhodes win, because you got to remember, this isn't for necessarily the more like consistent hardcore fans, or even just the more like really casual fans of WWE. This is for the casual viewing audience in general. This is going onto a major public network, NBC, and also on Peacock. So this is not, and yes, I know some of the PLEs, all the PLEs right now are on Peacock, but this is a totally different situation. They haven't done something like this on a major network like NBC in over a decade and a half. So how do you market it and make it feel good and something that people are going to want to come back to in a month's time, in January with the San Antonio show? I think you have it on a happy note. Maybe the next one, that's where you have a heel win. Maybe that's where Kevin Owens gets the win and they have a rematch at Royal Rumble. But I think for this show, we're going to have Cody Rhodes defeat Kevin Owens. And then I'm really curious to see like where we go from there. Is The Rock going to take on Cody Rhodes at Royal Rumble? Is it going to be Kevin Owens and Cody continuing their feud? Is The Rock even going to be involved in the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania season? Road to WrestleMania, there's been reports that he won't be. And of course, he has come out and debunked some of those previously. I could absolutely see Cody versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. I could see Cody versus Roman 3 at WrestleMania. I could see Cody versus CM Punk. It's CM Punk versus Roman, Roman versus Rock. A triple threat, Cody, Roman, and Rock. There's a lot of options. That's what's so great about the current structure and the current world of WWE. Triple H has done a really great job of creating like a little bit of unpredictability, but I do think this match is predictable and that Cody Rhodes retains the undisputed WWE Championship. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you let me know in the comments below your predictions for Saturday Night's Main Event on December 14th. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you very soon.